indeed. Welcome into the guest room, presumably the first episode that we've released in this new year, 2022. Now, that could be totally wrong because we release episodes in totally random orders, but I like to think that this is probably the first one. I'm your host, Mike. This is Kevin.
Surreptitiously.
And over there in that chair is not Andy, but in fact, I don't know even how to introduce him anymore. It's Matthew. You know him.
You love him.
Matthew.
And that's KD over there.
Can't.
And what I'm curious about...
That was that was the first time we did a sentence.
It was not a great sentence.
Surreptitiously, Matthew can't.
Yeah, I carried us. I got us through the mid-range.
I mean, are contractions allowed? We haven't made the rules for this.
The baton got dropped in the anchor
I'd
leg.
have to say that they're allowed. I mean,
yeah.
You can't play it on a Scrabble board, but it's a word.
Yeah, I really just combined two. Actually, it's really just one word that you just shorten. Well, that's another
That's
debate.
true.
Like, cannot and cannot. Like, you could do
Cannot
one, or
is-
it's one or two.
Yeah. Also, what is the definition of the word that you said?
Surreptitiously?
Yeah.
Like, furtively?
Like secretly, sneakily, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we're just declaring that Matthew can't be secretly.
What's the matter, Mike?
With
Can't be secretive.
surreptitiousness. What I'm curious about is, as admirably as Matthew filled in for KD last time, and he did, to such an extent that it
makes me sad that Katie's back.
it spawned KD to create a category that was supposed to be a joke category when Matthew was filling in. Can Matthew switch personas to now fill in for the wheezing Andy?
Well, I've been working on that. I've smoked a pack a day ever since I found out I was filling in. So I'm working on the wheezing, and this is the best I've got so far.
Maybe we can just start with saying, hold on.
Needs work.
Hold on. Also, side note, this is the first time that KD and Matthew have ever been in the same room before.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And what better room for them to be in for the first time than the guest room?
True.
That's a great point.
By the way, this is the guest room where we play trivia games and have fun while we do it. Hopefully you do as well. Now, today we are going to be playing a round of Jeopardy that's been prepared by Matthew. It's not been prepared by Matthew. It's been prepared by Kevin.
It's okay. We get mixed up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, why don't you walk us through your categories?
I will, but
Jepisode.
Episode.
All right. Yeah, categories. You could probably just type the first one up there because you know what it is. The first category is, of course, spoonerisms.
Always on the left side.
Always Kevin's first.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Okay. Second category is going to be forts.
Interesting.
Third category, before and after eating out edition.
Fun. I'm excited.
Fourth category, pop click.
What?
Click with a Q,
Click. I'm sorry, click.
with a CK.
Yes, like
All right.
like the Click 5, that band that you love so much.
Yeah.
Number 5, presidential shorts.
Okay.
And number 6, hooked on Phoenix.
Ha!
Nice.
How have we not had that yet?
I don't know. It worked for me, though.
We're about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So any questions about my categories? You definitely spelled click wrong there.
Which kind of click are you looking for?
Like
a mouse
like a
click?
mouse click, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, questions.
It's forts and not forterisms?
Yeah, that's correct.
I guess we'll just kind of get a definition as we go into them, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
I have
that
questions
works.
about pop click and presidential shorts.
I will tell you briefly about pop click. So this pop click is the translation of pop hits gone from English to Zulu to Icelandic to Korean to Hebrew and back to English. This is an homage, of course, to Andy, who's not with us this evening. I did not take song lyrics, rather I took song titles
Understood.
of number one pop hits from the last 30 years.
Can we do that category early on? Because as my own homage to Andy, I'm not going to buzz in for the first half of the episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good
So-
for both of them to know, actually.
Yeah.
Since Matthew's not going to buzz in for Andy, then we'll just have Mike start this one off. So, Mike, the board is yours.
Cool. The board is mine.
the board is mine.
The board is mine. And we're going to go with Hooked on Phoenix for 100.
Hooked on Phoenix for 100. Perhaps this team's greatest game ever was a 2021 Finals...
KD.
Yes, KD.
The Phoenix Suns.
That is correct. Finals Game 2 ending featuring the Valley Oop.
I didn't realize we had made a name for that. I like it.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I like it. Let's go with Hooked on Phoenix for 2.
Hooked on Phoenix for 2. This is the name of the river that flows through Phoenix, also in the name of a Utah lake.
Matthew.
Matthew.
Salt River.
That is correct. Matthew, the board is yours.
Sorry, I broke my promise. Hooked on Phoenix for 300.
Hooked on Phoenix for 300. The Phoenix Firefighting Museum isn't called the Hall of Fame, but
Matthew.
Matthew.
The Hall of Flame.
That is correct.
It helps having grown up in Phoenix for this category, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's true.
Let me go for 400.
All right. Yours truly received a degree from ASU's law school named for this legal... KD.
Sandra Day O'Connor.
That is correct.
5. I almost said Sotomayor.
I was hoping you would.
I was like, I don't. Did I need the whole name? Because
All right.
I'm pretty sure her first name was Justice.
Hooked on Phoenix for 500. The Arizona Biltmore was inspired by designs of this man who lived and worked... KD.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
That is correct.
6.
Hooked on Phoenix for 6. The mansion built by this chewing gum mogul... Matthew.
Wrigley.
That is correct.
Can I hear the rest of that fact?
I'm curious.
By this chewing gum mogul is a National Historic Landmark.
Where is it?
The Wrigley Mansion.
Yeah.
It's in Phoenix.
Where in Phoenix?
I've never been there. That's not the kind of thing I do.
Okay.
Go to mansions.
Matthew, the board is yours. And after one category, we're looking at it's 1,000 to 1,000.
Mike is actually taking over Andy's
Andy,
role
yeah.
so far. Let's get it out of the way. Pop click.
Pop click. All right. So again, these are pop hits that went through the translator, and I will go in chronological order, starting with the oldest.
Okay.
Just so you know for the clues. So for 100, I will give you 2 pieces of information: the year that it came out, and what the translation ends up being.
Okay.
1995, A Paradise for Crime.
KD.
KD.
Gangster's Paradise.
That is correct.
200.
For 200. 2004. Yes.
Mike. Yeah.
That is correct.
300.
300. 2007. Irreversible.
2007.
It's the number 1 pop hit for that year.
This is like the one year that I probably listened to the number 1 pop hit.
I doubt it.
You didn't listen to Yeah?
Are you sure you weren't listening to 70s hits?
Not in the year that it came out.
Boop boop. Boop boop boop.
Yeah, there's
only
three.
only if
There's
you're
definitely
only
three
if you're
groups.
Matthew.
Okay. I'm sorry. The answer is Irreplaceable by Beyonce.
Never heard of it.
I really have never heard of it.
I told you weren't listening to it that year. Okay, Mike, back to you.
400.
400. 2011. Depth Roll.
I'd order it at a sushi restaurant.
Boop boop boop.
Right?
I'm sorry. The answer is Adele's Rolling in the Deep.
Darn it. Oh, I thought it was Falling in the Deep for some reason, which obviously that's wrong.
Mike, board is yours.
600. Oh, 500.
500. I mean, we can go for 600. if
No,
that's
let's
what you
go
wanna
5.
do. Okay, 5. 2013. Flea Market.
Kitty.
KD.
Thrift Shop.
That is correct.
Nice. That was the number 1 pop hit?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go 600.
All right, 600. 2015. Punk in the North of the City.
15, huh? Ooh, KD.
KD.
Uptown Funk.
That is correct.
Let's go.
At some point along the way, funk turns into punk. I don't know where.
Insert nerdy comment about Germanic languages.
Yeah, although, are there any Germanic ones I did? Is Icelandic Germanic?
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess English also, but
Yeah.
there you go. All right, so score update after 2. Katie with 2,200. Matthew with 1,000. Mike with 200.
Could have been worse.
All right, let's go forts for 100.
All right, forts. For 100. This Kentucky fort includes the Patton Museum of Cavalry and Armor in addition to all that gold.
Katie.
KD.
Knox.
That is correct.
200.
200. This Indiana city reconstructed its namesake log... Mike.
Wayne.
That is correct.
300.
300. Fort Necessity was built by this future general and the site of his only surrender in 1754.
Matthew.
Matthew.
George Washington.
That is correct. Matthew, the board is yours.
Forts are 4.
Forts for 4. Home of the 18th Airborne Corps, this North Carolina fort can boast it was named for a Confederate general.
KD.
KD.
Lee.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
Is that our first incorrect answer?
Yes.
Wow. That's like a KD board.
I mean, there's been a few that nobody has answered on. But yeah, those KD boards are just swimming in wonderment. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry, the answer is Bragg. Fort Bragg.
Oh, I've heard of that. Believe it's still mine. 500?
It's still Matthew.
I'll say 500.
Oh, yeah. Take that.
Get him.
All right. This seat of Larimer County, Colorado, grew around a military outpost beginning in the 1860s.
KD.
KD.
Collins.
That is correct.
Let's round it out. 600.
600. Now a tourist site in New York, Ethan Allen and Benedict Arnold made a name for themselves here with the Green Mountain Boys in 1775.
Don't know.
Boop, boop, boop. Any guesses for no points?
Oh, I think I know it now.
What would have been your guess?
Can I guess? Oh, no, it's timed out.
Time it out, but I will take a guess.
Fort Ticonderoga?
Yes. Ticonderoga
I
is
knew it
the
was there
answer.
somewhere. I couldn't get
It's
to
like
it.
something
in time.
you've definitely heard of.
I thought about giving a pencil clue, but
Yeah.
all right. We're 3 categories in. It's 2,400 for KD, 1,300 for Matthew, and 400 for Mike.
Let's go.
Let us.
Let us go.
And I think it's KD's board.
All right, let's go with presidential shorts for 100.
Presidential shorts for 100.
Really hope it's the articles of clothing.
This president had the shortest presidency.
Matthew. William Henry Harrison.
That is correct.
Really? I thought it was Garfield.
Good thing you didn't guess.
William Henry Harrison died like 3 weeks in from getting pneumonia because people thought he wasn't tough enough, so he decided not to wear a coat to his inauguration
31
speech.
days after inauguration, he died.
Wow, that's incredible.
Continue,
Anyway,
Matthew. Your
after
board.
that, no one questioned his toughness because he was dead.
That's right.
200, please.
For 200. Aside from Taft, Bush, and Polk, this other presidential last name is tied for the shortest presidential last name.
Mike. Obama.
That's 5, not
I'm
4.
sorry, that's
I
incorrect.
thought it's aside from those.
Is tied with those, as I said.
Can you read the clue again?
Yes,
you read the clue?
aside from Taft, Bush, and Polk, this other presidential name is tied with those names for the shortest presidential
Tied
last
with
name.
those names. Okay.
Kitty.
KD,
Ford.
that is correct.
That was a very
I was wondering for a
confusing
minute if it was the other Bush. Like, that would have been a really tricky one. But
Oh, I mean, technically you would have been right. I think.
it was aside from Bush, though, so I decided not.
Yeah, aside from
Yeah.
the name Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't specify, so I thought probably it would encompass both.
I'll go with
KD.
400.
You're going to skip 3?
No, 300.
Okay, 300. This was the shortest president.
How are we measuring that?
Height,
When?
full grownness,
Did somebody shrink in office?
Sitting in wheelchair?
Oh.
length of body.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
It's not a good point, but it is a point.
No one guessing on this one, huh?
No way.
Too risky.
Too risky.
Boop, boop, boop. The answer is James Madison.
Never would have guessed it.
Really?
Not what I would have guessed. Yeah.
Wow.
I think I would have just gone for someone who I think
like
is
he's
fat,
well known as being the shortest president.
I've never seen a photograph of James Madison.
because photographs didn't exist.
If James Madison was sitting in a
Boom,
wheelchair,
he's got a
though,
point.
That was my
Oh,
show.
then he'd really be the shortest, right? Yeah. No, that doesn't change your height. All right. KD, still your board.
Let's go 4.
This president had the shortest lifespan.
Mike.
Mike,
JFK.
that is correct.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yep.
got into it just a 2nd after you did.
500.
500. This is the president who presided over the shortest conflict with the word war in the name? And I should specify international conflict.
Kitty.
Yes, KD.
Madison.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Big darn.
Anyone else?
No,
Boop,
sir.
boop, boop, boop.
Okay, so was it George Bush for the war in Iraq? I didn't
No.
know if that would count as
No, the war
having
on
the
terror
war in-
lasted like 17 years.
Bill Clinton for the Kosovo War.
No, I'm talking about H.W. Bush, but yeah,
Oh.
okay.
I believe
I just
the
wasn't sure
that
what,
was the
what
Desert
counted
Storm
as a war.
operation.
Yeah, Kosovo
Right,
War was
exactly.
significantly shorter than
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, the
Man,
board is yours.
That was, I didn't think about that. Something where it's a war, not involving us, but he presided over it.
Presidential shorts, 600.
Presidential shorts for 600. This president had the shortest post-presidency. Boop, boop, boop. I'm sorry, the answer is Polk. James K. Polk died shortly after leaving office.
I wouldn't have come up with it.
All right, 4 categories in, and KD's at 2,100, Matthew at 1,400, Mike still at 600, but who knows? These next 2 categories could be his thing.
My thing.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Wheel.
Let's go Spoonerisms, 100.
Spoonerisms for 100.
Spoonerism brain. Spoonerism brain.
Spoonerism brain. Here we go. Fantasy sports and betting app and Marino's favorite energy drink.
Matthew,
Matthew,
FanDuel, and Dan Fuel.
that is correct.
Nice.
Uh-oh, Matthew's in spoonerism mode.
I got a spoonerism. I can't believe it. Spoonerisms for 2.
Spoonerisms for 2. Mike, what day is it, Mike? And offloading bales.
Mike,
Mike,
hump day and dump hay,
that is correct.
Darn it.
300.
300. Disposable liquid cylinder and a young canine keen on adventure. Disposable liquid cylinder and a young canine keen on adventure.
Matthew,
Matthew,
Caper Pup and Paper Cup.
that is correct.
What's a caper?
What is a
got
caper
yeah.
pup?
Yeah.
He's a pup who's ready for capers.
What's a
What's a caper?
caper?
Well, the food or the adventure?
The adventure.
Okay, they're adventures.
Okay. I was today years old when I heard that for the first time.
Same.
Matthew, the board is yours.
Spoonerisms for whatever the next spoonerism is.
Spoonerisms for 4. All right. A Psalm 23 illustration of an affectionate overseer and Bagheera on his worst behavior.
Can you please repeat?
Yes. A Psalm 23 illustration of an affectionate overseer and Bagheera on his worst behavior.
Can you spell Bagheera?
Bagheera. Bagheera, as some would say.
Mike,
Mike,
loving shepherd and shoving leopard.
that is correct.
Wow. Wow.
500, please.
Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom.
You
Just the
always
person who needed the daily double. Here we are with 8 questions to go on the board. The current score is Katie 2,100, Matthew 1,800, Mike 1,200.
Let's do 700, please.
All right, wagering 700. This is a favorite sandwich of many 5 and 35-year-olds and a horrendous reminder that bacon was once here.
Can you please repeat?
I will. This is a favorite sandwich of many 5 and 35-year-olds and a horrendous reminder that bacon was once here.
I wonder why it has to be horrendous.
I know why.
Do you try to get these when you don't have a chance to
Oh,
guess?
he
Of
gave me
course,
a knowing
yeah.
look a few seconds ago.
I did. You know that look.
That look you know so well.
You knew the knowing look?
We'll give Mike a few more moments of quiet introspection. All right, Mike, give me an answer.
I got nothing.
All right, the answer is
Wait,
this is a daily double.
I know, but I want to say it.
All right, for
See if
no
I'm
points.
Chilled grease and grilled cheese.
That's correct.
Yep.
Sorry.
I was thinking of a bunch of sandwiches with
Things in them.
acronyms.
Please.
BLT, PBJ.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's where I went first too.
Yeah. That's,
It's tough.
Nothing
Okay.
good lies down that road.
no, it's true. I guess, Mike, it's your board.
600.
600. Need this one. Sandwich remnants in a Greyhound hub and a fetching lobster.
Kitty.
KD.
What is a bus station crumb or a crustacean bum?
Wow.
Clearly, that's not what he wanted.
I'm. Say your answer again. What did you say?
A bus station crumb or a crustacean bum?
I'm sorry, that's not. I can't give that to you.
I honestly don't remember the clue anymore.
I'll read it again, unless somebody wants to take a guess at this moment.
Can you please repeat it?
Okay,
Matthew.
Matthew.
What is a crusty bus station or a busty crustacean?
That is correct.
Yeah, I forgot the clue.
A crusty bus station or a busty crustacean.
I don't think I ever would have gotten it if Katie hadn't given me part of it. So quality effort, Katie.
What was the clue again?
Yeah, can you repeat the clue?
Sandwich remnants in a Greyhound hub and a fetching lobster.
Oh, yeah, that's the opposite of fetching. A bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like, well, okay, a bum is also slang for,
No.
derriere, but
No.
probably not.
It just didn't occur to me till he said it that it could be two words at
Yeah.
the beginning. So I was looking at bus and getting nowhere.
Yes,
Also, it feels like the clue leads you to believe that the first one is going to center around the crust, not the bus station.
But he had them in the right order. It was crusty.
But
Bus
he said
station.
sandwich remnants in a Greyhound hub.
Yeah, crusty.
So, but
Bus
crusty is an
station.
adjective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
we're
didn't make
talking
me
about-
think crusts or something along those lines.
Okay.
Crusts,
By the
not
way,
crusty.
shout out to Shannon Bishop for that clue.
That was great.
That was really good.
All right.
Well,
Except
kind
for
of.
the parts of speech, but that's fine.
All right, so going into the final category, Matthew at 2,400, Katie at 1,500, Mike at 500.
That was a huge swing right there.
And the board is Matthew's
Before and after eating out for one.
for 1.
before and after.
Golden Arches ousted from Clippers ownership.
Matthew.
Matthew.
McDonald Sterling.
That is correct.
Nice. Way to even incorporate the S in McDonald's.
Thank you.
Before and after for two.
Peyton and Shaquille's post-player endeavor, providing top-notch medical care.
Can you read the question again?
Peyton and Shaquille's post-player endeavor, providing top-notch medical care.
What's that thing?
That thing you hate.
It's 2 tickets to that thing you love.
I don't know it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, yeah.
Boo, boo, boo. Man, I can't believe Michael didn't get this one. It's Papa John's Hopkins.
Oh,
Mike hates Johns Hopkins.
Well, can you read the clue again?
Yeah, Peyton and Shaquille's post-player endeavor, providing top-notch medical care.
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about Johns Hopkins except that it has a crummy name.
who's Peyton?
Peyton Manning?
Oh, yep. I was on like Gary.
Gary Payton.
Walter
yeah.
Payton.
I thought about both.
All right. Matthew, I think the board is still yours.
3.
3. A spear, 2 pies, and an edifice to gambling. A spear, 2 pies, and an edifice to gambling.
Boop, boop, boop.
I'm sorry. The answer is Little Caesar's Palace.
Oh.
A spear.
Because
That was
the
a
logo
clue
has
to
a
get.
little spear and
That
then
was
it has 2 pizzas on it.
Okay. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
I cannot get to that point.
All right.
I was trying to see how I could make synonyms of those words equal a place to eat out at.
Matthew, the board is yours.
4.
4. Apple of a murderous doll's eye decides to sell pizza using the scariest anthropomorphic rat imaginable. Apple of a murderous doll's eye decides to sell pizza using the scariest anthropomorphic rat imaginable.
Kitty.
KD.
I don't know how this goes. There's a word I'm missing.
I'm right there with you.
Little Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
This is where you use my wrong answers to get the right answers.
I already knew it was Chucky.
Yeah, I know. We were both right there.
Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
there was a sequel to Chucky called The Bride of Chucky.
Yuck.
So the apple of his eye is The Bride of Chuck E. Cheese.
All right.
Matthew, the board is still yours
I'll take 5.
for 5.
This is dumb.
Love That Chicken from The Hobbit's Unwanted Destination.
Katie,
KD.
Popeye of Sauron.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
I think that's correct.
If that's wrong, I don't want to be right. Oh, okay. I think I've got it. Pop Isengard?
Matthew, yes, that is correct.
Oh, sorry. Matthew, Pop Isengard.
Wait, clue again?
Love That Chicken from The Hobbit's Unwanted Destination.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Eye of Sauron is not a destination.
Also, that's
I
kind of where
realized
they
that.
wanted to go.
But they also didn't want to go.
And for 600, the quote-unquote original American steakhouse of 2.5's Half Man. Boop, boop, boop. I'm sorry, the answer is Black Angus T. Jones.
Didn't
I
know
would-
that name.
I would have accepted Black Angus Jones. All right, so entering Final Jeopardy, the scores are Mike 500, KD 600, and Matthew 3,000.
Heyo.
This so does not reflect
He
how
loves
well
you,
I did on this
3,000.
board.
It reflects how well I did.
KD, you were up to 2,600 at your height,
Yeah.
Whoa.
but your last 4 buzz-ins have all been wrong to the tune of -500, -600, -400, -500.
Oh, my.
That is what we call an epic collapse. And it has sucked all the life out of the remainder of this episode, which we will continue to pursue. And
What, the life or the episode?
the episode.
I think it's going fine. I don't understand.
All right, so your Final Jeopardy category is literature.
Ooh.
All right, I've got Katie's bid. I've got Mike's bid. I've got Matthew's bid. Here is your Final Jeopardy question, or clue. Who wrote Robinson Crusoe? Or in Jeopardy style, this person wrote Robinson Crusoe. Reconsidering some scribbling.
Which wrong answer do I want to go
Yeah,
down
same.
with?
Yeah.
This definitely falls in the category of I know it. It's somewhere in my brain, but it's not in the part of my brain.
Yes.
that
Was it Dave
I'm
Grohl?
accessing right now.
No.
I've written a name.
Michael
I
has
have
written a name.
as well.
Okay.
All right, we've got answers written down. Mike, share your answer with the club. T.S. Eliot is a guess. That takes you down 500 to 0.
So you're saying it wasn't T.S. Eliot?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
KD writes Dickens after crossing out Lord
Stanley.
Stanley
He's a
and
poet.
crossing out Doyle. But no matter, all of those answers would have taken you down to 0. And Matthew writes Robert Louis Stevenson, which is incorrect,
That was a better guess than mine, though.
and takes him down $333.33
Repeating,
to
of course.
$2,666.67, which makes him the grand champion and Daniel Defoe, the writer of Robinson Crusoe.
I'll just take it in direct deposit.
The Chant Grampian.
Fair enough. Well done, Matthew. You earned that one by being choosy with your. You never went down in points aside from Final Jeopardy. It wasn't like an amazing top score that we've seen or something like that, but you picked your spots and you were very efficient along the way.
I learned my lesson from last time.
And from Katie this time.
Yes. Yeah. A cautionary tale. There's like a fake inspirational poster that says, perhaps your life was just meant to serve as a warning to others.
That's true.
I think about that a lot.
I don't think we've ever seen a precipitous drop like that without
Going
the
back
daily
up.
double. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he didn't have a daily double to help him lose points.
And it's not like he was trying to catch up. I mean, he
Right.
was basically right there neck and neck or even in the lead for most of that time.
That was just bad luck to get a bunch of
These
big-
were all things.
big
I mean,
questions wrong.
none of those were. Maybe one of those was a straight up guess, but all of those I thought I had the right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with knowing a little bit about a lot of things.
That many times I have the wrong answer. Yeah, I do. Those who know me know that.
Well, thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Matthew, for me introducing you as if you were going to be preparing this Jeopardy board and then not actually doing so.
No problem.
But instead winning. So that was lots of fun.
That is fun.
That's
Can
the
you
roller
introduce me
coasters
next
that our
time?
listeners like to tune in for. Yeah, I will. I'll introduce you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, listeners, so much for joining us. Remember that you can get involved with the show by sending us an email at theguestroompodcast@gmail.com. You can also subscribe to our podcast on a lot of different apps. So maybe you have one. Go and subscribe on a couple more. And by the way, Spotify just introduced rating to their platform. So you can now rate us on Spotify if that's the platform you've been listening to us.
Also new to me, I didn't know that you could download things from Spotify. I just stream them all the time. But yes, you can, and that helps us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell your friends, listen, subscribe, give us a rating. We appreciate all those things. And keep your constructive criticism and favorite things coming to that email address that we mentioned, theguestroompodcast@gmail.com. We thank you guys for listening. And as always, farewell.